Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
Now we begin the English language of the Democratic People's Republic of
We now treat in a mixed colors. Song of General Kim Il-sung. 김정일.
Kim Jong-un, first Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, first Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, received the report that the march of commanding officers of the combined units of the Korean People's Army to the revolutionary battle sites in the area of Mount Baekdu had been successfully finished and met and encouraged them on the spot on April the 1st. He was accompanied by Che Ryong-hae and other leading officials of the armed forces organs. When the respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un arrived at the Samjian airport, the marchers enthusiastically welcomed him, raising cheers of France. Kim Jong-un warmly acknowledged their stormy cheers and talked with commanding officers. Then he took part in a meeting of the commanding officers of the combined units of the Korean People's Army, which was held in the Education Yard before the bronze statue of the great leader President Kim Il-sung at the Samjian Grand Monument. President who participated in the march to the revolutionary battle site in the area of Mount Baekdu. Set up on both sides of the bronze statue were the colors of the ground, naval, air, and anti-aircraft forces of the Korean People's Army, and badges of honor of the army were standing. Respects is very pleased to meet the commanding officers of the combined units who participated in the march to the revolutionary battle site in the area of Mount Baekdu, in the county with the historic native home of the great Kim Jong-il, with Mount Baekdu, the sacred mountain of revolution, within a hailing distance, and continued. Told that you have successfully finished the march, I have come immediately to see you. Seeing the photographs of the commanding officers of the combined units marching in high spirits every day, my heart burned with the feelings of marching with you, and I made a firmer resolve to stoutly carry forward the Churchill revolution started in the Baekdu, and admirably implement the instructions of the great Generalissimos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. The commanding officers of the combined units must have experienced the snowstorm of Mount Baekdu, making a first march and boarding and lodging outdoors as the anti-Japanese revolutionary fighters did. The immortal exploits of President Kim Il-sung, who endured hardships, going hungry and sleeping outdoors to lead the anti-Japanese war to victory, but also had a better understanding of how the origin and traditions of the Korean Revolution were provided. march of the commanding officers of the combined units of the Korean People's Army has been organized to accomplish the Korean Revolution in the intensive drive of education of the whole army in the revolutionary traditions. Recently, we have announced a crucial proposal and taken realistic measures in succession to make a new turning point of national reunification out of the noble desire to put an end to the history of territorial partition and national division, and open a broad avenue for the improvement of the inter-Korean relations with the united efforts of the Korean nation. But now, the prevailing situation of the country is very grave. In disregard of our generosity and goodwill, the United States and other hostile forces persist in their more vicious moves to politically obliterate, economically isolate, and militarily suffocate the DPRK. The serious situation, which cannot be left as it is, shows that the ulterior intention of the United States and the hostile forces have not changed nor can change, and that we should win the final victory only with arms. Our service personnel and people will never tolerate but totally destroy the U.S. hostile policy towards the DPRK. The party's trust and expectation for the commanding officers of the combined units are very great, Kim Jong-un said, and stressed the need of waging a vigorous struggle to settle tighter accounts with the U.S. imperialists more firmly holding the rifle of revolution, the rifle of the class, forged hard in the biting wind of the backdoor. He said the Korean People's Army is faced with a heavy yet honorable task to accomplish with arms the revolutionary cause of pioneered in Mount Baekdur, and put forward tasks and ways which would serve as a guideline in completing the combat preparations and increasing the fighting efficiency of the whole army. Speeches were made, and the letter to the officers and men of the whole army was adopted at the meeting. That day, respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un had a significant photo session with the commanding officers of the combined units of the Korean People's Army who participated in the march to the revolutionary battle site in the area of Mount Baekdur. He expressed the belief that the commanding officers of the combined units, the soul and life of the Korean revolution, performed their heavy yet honorable duty in supporting with arms the revolutionary cause of Juche pioneered in Mount Baekdur.
Respected Kim Jong-un, First Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, First Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, appreciated, together with the service persons of the People's Army, a performance of the modern. Appreciating the performance, together with him were Cha Ryong-hae and other senior officials of the party and army. When respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un came out to the auditorium, all the audience enthusiastically welcomed him, raising cheers. Put on the stage were colorful items, including female solo, Oh My Hopeful Country, female duet, My Thriving Country, female soul and pangsang, Affectionate Feeling, female duet and pangsang, Our Father, and light music, The Horse Hoof is on the backdoor. The performance was greatly applauded by the audience for its fascinating artistry characterized by youthful and vital singing, unique and passionate instrumental music, seasoned and elegant ensemble, and beautiful melody representing the spirit of the times. When the performance was over, Kim Jong-un, leading back to the enthusiasm, noting that the people's love and expectation for the Morambong band are daily increasing, Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un expressed the belief that the band, through the local performance in Gyeongsang province, would fully demonstrate the proud features and might of the leading bugler implementing the party's intention in the van.
A special issue of the Bulletin of the Bulgaria-Korea Friendship Association recently carried gist of the great leader President Kim Il-sung's famous works, a talk to a delegation from the Soviet news agency press, and a talk to the chairman of the Social Democratic Party of Denmark.
Preparatory Committee for celebrating the Day of the Sun was formed in Nakhotchkov, Russia on March the 26th. The Preparatory Committee decided to hold diverse political and cultural events praising the sacred revolutionary life and immortal exploits of the great leader President Kim Il-sung on the occasion of his birth anniversary, the Day of the Sun.
A seminar on the exploits of President Kim Il-sung took place in Romania, and the film show in Guinea on March 24th and 25th respectively on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. Hung on the front wall of the venue of the seminar were portraits of the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. Screened at the film show was the DPRK documentary Pyongyang Today, different circles of those countries. Speakers there extended warm congratulations to Korean people, greeting the Day of the Sun, and spoke highly of the undying feats performed by the great leader Kim Il-sung for the socialist cause and the cause of anti-imperialist independence in the 20th century.
For celebrating the Day of the Sun, issued at the 102nd birth anniversary of President Kim Il-sung on March the 26th. In articles of different titles, including author of the Tzu Chi idea and Sungun idea and Iron Will the Brilliant Commander, the bulletin said an idea, and thoroughly applied them in the whole period of the protracted revolutionary struggle. Organized and led two revolutionary wars to victory, and thus opened the new era of the national liberation struggle in colonial countries, and wrought a miracle of history, the bulletin praised.
Yusuf Al-Amidi, president of the Kuwait House of Works, who is chairman of the Kuwaiti Preparatory Committee for celebrating the Day of the Sun and chairman of the Kuwait Korea Friends Association, gave a statement to media on March 23rd. In the statement, Amiri paid respect to His Excellency Great and Intimate President Kim Il-sung with humblest reverence and prayed for his immortality on the occasion of his 102nd birth anniversary. Today in Korea, the cause of the preceding leaders is being carried forward under the wise leadership of His Excellency Marshal Kim Jong-un, and the whole country is lively with youthfulness, he added.
Mongolian Minister of Industry and Agriculture, Haltemagin Patapolga, who is chairman of the Mongolian side to the Intergovernmental Committee for Consultation in Economy, Trade, Science and Technology between the DPRK and Mongolia, and has studied laid a bouquet before the bronze statues of the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il on Mansu Hill and paid a tribute to them on Tuesday.
Kim Yong-nam, president of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK, received credentials from Ainjil Odonoguhu, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Ireland to the DPRK, at the Monthly Assembly Hall in Pyongyang on April the 1st. Kim Yong-nam had a talk with the ambassador.
The new school year for Tzu Chi 103 or 2014 began in Korea with the enforcement of the universal 12-year compulsory education. The opening ceremonies of the school year took place on April the 1st at all universities, colleges, senior and junior secondary schools, and primary schools across the country, including the capital city Pyongyang and towns and rural areas, mountain villages, and at the branch schools in island villages on the east and west seas. The newcomers were warmly congratulated by officials of party and government organs, teachers, students, and parents. Congratulatory ceremonies were followed by the first classes.
Opened at the Pyongyang Indoor Stadium. Present soon, sportspersons and working people in Pyongyang. The games will be held in Pyongyang, Wonsan, Pyeongseong, Haeju, Nampo, and other places with tens of items including football, basketball, volleyball, weightlifting, wrestling, judo, field hockey, field and track, and gymnastics. After the opening ceremony, men's volleyball game was held between the April 25th team and the Amnokbang team.
The 53rd enlarged plenary meeting of the Central Committee of the King 6th enlarged plenary meeting of the Central Committee of the General Federation of Trade Unions of Korea were respectively held in Pyongyang on Tuesday. The meetings discussed the tasks to carry out rather the important tasks outlined in the historic speech. Let us hasten the final victory through a revolutionary ideological offensive led by respected Kim Jong-un at the 8th Conference of Ideological Workers of the Workers' Party of Korea.
Talks were held in Pyongyang on Tuesday between Minister of Foreign Trade Lee Byung-nam, chairman of the Korean side to the Intergovernmental Committee for Consultation in Economy, Trade, Science and Technology between the DPRK and Mongolia, and Minister of Industry and Agriculture, Haltemagin Patapolga, chairman of the Mongolian side. The talks discussed issues on further developing cooperation in economy and trade between the two countries.
A friendly meeting with the staff members of the Embassy of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan in the DPRK took place at the Korea-Pakistan Friendship June the 9th at Yongbuk Senior Secondary School in Daesung District on April the 1st on the occasion of the Day of Pakistan. Invited there was Syed Hassan Habibur, Ambassador Extraordinary Plenipotentiary of Pakistan and its embassy staff members. Present there were members of the Korea-Pakistan Friendship Association and teachers and students of the school. After being briefed on the school at the room dedicated to its history, the participants looked around different places of the school and enjoyed an art performance given by students.
A spokesman for the General Association of Koreans in the United States made a public statement on March 29th under the title, "We denounce the Japanese authorities for their racket to illegally sell the central hall of the General Association of Korean Residents in Japan." The statement said the Japanese government should cancel its mean and disgraceful decision on selling the central hall of the General Association of Korean Residents in Japan. The Japanese authorities shall be held responsible for it as they persist in their reckless suppression of the Korean nation, forgetting that Japan is a war criminal state, the statement stressed.
According to the South Korean internet newspaper, Channel News, on March the 31st, the U.S. aggressive forces and their satellite forces are conducting the Sangryong landing operation drill in real earnest as part of the larger-scale Full Eagle joint military exercise. The drill involves over 12,500 troops, including more than 7,500 Marines of the U.S. imperialist aggressive forces, more than 2,000 of South Korean Marines, and more than 130 troops of the Australian Army. The Warhawks added another item to the drill the air as well as from the sea, and schemed to continue the fire play until April the 7th. That day, members of the PPA staged a demonstration in the area of Pohang, North Gyeongsang Province, in protest against the satellite forces.
South Korean scholar Ko Seung-woo, in his account on March 30th, denounced the chief executive for a senseless remarks against reunification. The account said, during her visit to Germany, Park Geun-hye presented the so-called three-point proposal for laying foundation for peaceful unification, including solution of humanitarian issue, laying of the foundation of people's living, and restoration of homogeneity of the inhabitants in the south and the north, which throws a doubt if it does not presuppose unification by absorption of the north. The South and the North already agreed on the great principles of reunification through the July 4th joint statement and the June 15th joint declaration, which earned great international response. But Park Geun-hye kept silence about it. The blueprints of reunification are in the July 4th joint statement and the June 15th joint declaration, the account stressed.
According to the South Korean internet newspaper, Voice of People, the Tanjung Autonomous Citizens Solidarity for Democratic Society issued a statement on March the 30th. The statement exposed that a so-called Memorial Society plans to erect a bust of the using dictator attempt to ridicule the people must be rolled back at once.
The Nepal Communist Party Marxist-Leninist, the Nepalese National People's Front, the Forum for Self-Reliance Studies of Nepal, and other political parties and organizations of Nepal recently issued a joint statement in support of the statement of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK. The Austrian Solidarity Committee of Trade Unionists for Korea's Peaceful Reunification recently sent the Uganda National Executive Committee of the Pan-African Movement issued a statement, and the chairperson of the Communist Party of Tajikistan a press statement in support of the statement of the DPRK National Defense Commission.
A joint statement was recently issued by the British Association for the Study of Sangam Policy, the British Group for the Study of the Church Idea, and the British chapter of the Korean Friendship Association, and the press statement by Takashi Nada, representative of the Japanese Ehime Institute for Modern Korean Studies, in denunciation of the aggressive large-scale U.S.-South Korea joint military exercises. The Swiss Korean Committee and the Swiss Group for the Study of the Church Idea issued a joint statement on March the 26th denouncing the South Korean puppet military for their provocations against the DPRK in the area of the 5 islands on the West Sea of Korea.
The British Association for the Study of Sungun Policy, the British Group for the Study of the Treaty Idea, and the British chapter of the Korean Friendship Association recently issued a joint statement on the lapse of 40 years after the law on abolishing the tax system was promulgated at the fourth session of the Fifth Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK on March 21st, 1974. And that's the end of the news, read by Lee Hyun-soo and Choi Nam. This is Voice of Korea.
Please appreciate the first movement. Long live Generalissimo Kim Il-sung of the symphony. Present will always be with us. present the song The People Sing of Mangyongdae. Friends all over the world visit Mangyongdae, grateful to sun rays that opened up independent era. The people sing of Mangyongdae, where the bright sun of Korea rose brilliantly. Please appreciate an orchestral music, Footsteps. interior female covers our road of much. Diary of a Boy. In the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, April the 1st is the day when your school year starts. On the day, with happy children wearing new uniforms and bells, and the schools are animated with the teachers, pupils, and parents welcoming newcomers. Han in-group who graduated from the Dongsan Kindergarten in Central District, Pyongyang, enters primary school. Of entering the primary school. Thursday, March the 27th, Q2 103 or 2014. Today, I have got new school uniform and bag. The uniform suits me. When I shouldered the bag, I looked like Friday, March the 28th, CC 103 or 2014. Today, I went. The school was higher than the kindergarten, and the playground was larger. There were many classrooms and chairs and desks with the women's gymnasium, and the swimming pool was very big. I liked it. Saturday, March the 29th, CC 103 or 2014. Today, I received a textbook. I learned how to write and read at the kindergarten, so it was easier to read. When I become a schoolboy, I will study harder. Sunday, March the 30th, CC 103 or 2014. New school year starts after tonight. Someone said, brothers and sisters will clap hands and throw confetti welcoming us that day. How happy you will be. I wish that day would come soon. Harriet's mother really means that.
정말 학교 가려고 하던 면이 있지 않습니까? 학교에 교도를 가는 곳으로만 그렇게 생각하고 있는 우리 일국입니다.
My son Honeygood thinks it natural to go to school at school age. It is thanks to the universal 12-year compulsory education system that all children of school age go to school and study to their heart's content. I think it is thanks to the great specialist system that to my son, but also to all other children. Honeygood is too young to know all of them. But when he grows up, he will know what needs. So far, you've been listening to an account under the title Diary of a Boy. This is Voice of Courier. Now, you will hear the song We Are Sowing the Seeds of Flowers of Revolution from the revolutionary opera The Flower Girl, adapted from the immortal masterpiece of the same title.
we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presents its English language service for Southeast Asia between 5 and 6 hours UTC on 13,650 kHz and 15,112 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz and 13,650 kHz. For Middle East and North on 9,890 kHz and between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 9,875 kHz and 11,635 kHz. For Southern Africa between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 7,210 kHz and 11,910 kHz. And for Central and South Americas between 4 and 5 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz, 13,760 kHz, and 15,180 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,710 kHz and 15,180 kHz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.
정중앙 방송입니다.